Hey everybody, so in today's video I'm going to be doing this look that was inspired by Patrick Ta's makeup on Taylor Hill for the Met Gala. I can't breathe because I've been trying to do this intro 5,000 times. So Patrick did this really rich burgundy cranberry smoky eye on her, and I am obsessed with those tones lately, literally for the past couple of months since fall. I think I'm still stuck in fall. So as soon as I saw the picture, I knew that I had to try and recreate it, and this was what I got. Just this really dramatic smoky eye with this kind of radiant glowy complexion. The focus is definitely all on the eyes. If you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, please keep watching. Alright, so if I look really pale, my bad. I can't figure out my lighting. I just can't do it today. I just put soap in my brows. I did a little bit of gimme brow just so they would kind of stay in place. Before I start doing my brows though, I'm gonna put on this Makeup Forever Ultra HD Skin Booster, because my skin has been really dry. Also, the skin for this look is really radiant, really glowy. That's something that Patrick Ta always does with his makeup look. So I'm going to apply this. Should I shake it? I don't know if I should shake it. I'm gonna shake it. So I'm gonna apply this on my face. This is my first time actually trying it, so I'm interested in how this will make my skin appear. Ooh. I have to change this whole lighting situation. Yep, that's a lot better. So I did read an article kind of with like tips and stuff of how Patrick did Taylor's makeup, and he said that he really toned down her brows. So I'm not gonna do like a really dramatic brow. I did use the gimme brow and a little bit of soap just to help them stay in their place. But I'm gonna use the Anastasia dip brow just to fill in a little bit, but not a lot. I feel like that's good. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I'm in the shade 6, and I'm just gonna, again, do little tiny hairs, because I want this to be a little bit more feathery. No matter what I do, my brows are still probably gonna look trash. It's just the way my eyebrows are. So one of the things that I read in the article where Patrick Ta talked about Taylor's look is that instead of using primer, he used like a really berry lipstick to prime instead and kind of give that nice base. So I'm gonna use this Bite Amuse Bouche lipstick. This one is in the shade Beetroot, and it's pulling a little bit more red on camera, but it is a little bit deeper in color. And I'm gonna just use that on my finger. Let me get a makeup wipe first before this gets real messy. I think I'm just gonna take that on my fingers first, just so it's easier for me to control. I'm just gonna take a bit on my eyelid and spread it out. This reminds me of one year for Christmas, my sister did like red eyeshadow on her eyes, and it literally looked like this, just like this. We all make mistakes sometimes, you know? I'm gonna be using my Morphe 35F palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. See, it's a very red cranberry tone, and it is shimmery. So I'm just gonna take a flat shader brush. This one is from Zoeva. This is a 234 Luxe Smoky Shader. To blend it out, I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is from an H&M eyeshadow palette. It's called Aubergine Dream, and I picked this up a while ago, meaning to use it in a video and test it out, but I never got around to it. So I'm just gonna use this shade. It's not really shimmery, it's a little bit more of a satin because there's a little bit of a sheen, but I'm gonna use that to blend this out. Ooh, it's not bad. It's actually really pigmented. This is the first time I've used this, even though I bought this a while ago. So we're gonna use that to blend out any harsh line. And just to add a little bit of dimension, I'm gonna be picking up this plum color that's in here. This one right here. I'm gonna use this Morphe R39 brush. Looks like this, kind of a fluffy flat shader. So I'm just gonna kind of focus that in the outer V just to give it a little bit more dimension. I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush. This is another Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I'm just gonna take that and kind of blend out the edges just so they don't look as harsh. I'm just gonna use the NARS, what is this? Dual Intensity Blush. This one is in Frenzy, and it looks like this. I'm just gonna use this gold color right here and pick that up on this Zoeva Luxe pencil brush. And I'm just gonna apply it to my brow bone. Alright, so I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and I'm gonna clean up the edge a little bit, because I looked like I punched myself in the face. I went ahead and did my lashes off camera because that's obviously really boring, but these are the Vegas Grand Glamour ones. These are a lot thicker than the ones that Taylor Hill wore. Hers looked like they were full, but they weren't quite as dramatic as these. But of course, I had to be extra. I had to do it. Now that I have done the eyes, I'm not done. I still got to do the lower lash line, but I'm going to move on to complexion now. So her skin was very radiant, very glowy, almost like a golden bronze look, but still very natural. That's what I love about Patrick's makeup, is that the complexion is always really, really beautiful and radiant, and skin always looks like top notch. So I already put on that skin booster. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this primer. This is by Guerlain. This is, if you guys watched my Sephora VIB Rouge sale haul from, I believe it was in November, I had purchased this because I had my eye on it for a while. You can see how much I've actually used it because I am obsessed with it. I love this stuff and I'm gonna use it. It adds a little bit of radiance to my skin, but it doesn't make my skin like really oily like my makeup lasts with it. So I really love this one. It smells really good and makes my skin really smooth. So I am obsessed with this primer. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Becca Aqua Luminous foundation. It has a dropper. It's not the easiest foundation to apply. I'm just going to drop it on my little palette right here. All right, now that I have applied my foundation, all over, I'm going to be going in with concealer, and I'm going to use the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer yet again for the radiant complexion. I also really love this concealer because it's very natural looking. I actually love using this concealer on my no makeup days because it's just, that's how natural looking it is. Put a little dot on my nose, right there, a little bit on my chin, and then I'm just gonna take my beauty sponge and blend it out. I always do like the middle of my face first because I kind of want my under eyes, the concealer on my under eyes to set a little bit before I start blending it in. I feel like it just applies a little bit better, I don't know. So I do want to set the under eyes just a little bit, just so nothing moves. For that, I'm just going to be using my Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in the shade Golden. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender, my damp beauty sponge. I keep saying beauty blender. And grab a little bit. That looks like a lot, but I'm going to pat it in to the sides of my nose, my under eye, just to set the concealer. I'm not necessarily baking, I just really want to set the under eye in this area because I'm a little bit oily. Okay, now that I have done that, I'm gonna go in with bronzer. The bronzer that I'm gonna be using is from my Sweet Peach Glow palette. I am obsessed with it. This one right here. So I'm just gonna use this Morphe M527 brush just because I don't necessarily want to contour. Again, I don't want the face to like overly done because the focus is on the eye makeup. I'm gonna take it on this big fluffy brush and I'm gonna just bronze up my face. So after I've done that, I'm gonna go in with my highlights. Did you guys hear that? That was my drawer. Taylor's complexion looked very glowy and it was almost not necessarily more of a shimmery highlight, but kind of like that wet, glossy highlight. So I'm gonna be using the Dior Skin Nude Air Luminizer in 001, and it looks like this. I'm gonna take my Morphe Y14 brush. So I'm gonna be using Milani Luminoso, kind of as a nice natural blush. Gonna take a little bit on my Morphe E4 and just lightly apply it. Now that we have finished our face, I'm gonna go ahead and go in on my waterline or on my lower lash line. First, I'm actually gonna go in with this brown shade right here with this Morphe M507. Take a little bit and put it, kind of smoke out the lower lash line a little bit. Now that I have done that, I'm now going to use the Morphe pencil brush and go in with the shade right there. A little bit closer to the lash line. So I'm just gonna go in with my Bare Minerals lip liner. It's just a nice nude shade. I'm gonna line my lips with it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use two, and they are both the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Matte Liquid Lips. I'm obsessed with these. These are my absolute favorite. I don't know what took me so long to use these, but these are the best. So I'm gonna use this bottom one right here. It's in the shade Homme, all over the lips. And then I think in the middle, I'm gonna use this one on top. It's called Hemp, and it's the lighter one. I haven't used it yet, so. Alright, so now that I've applied that one, I'm going to use the shade Hemp, and it looks like this, just in the middle. So I'm just tapping it on in the middle. And I'm done. So then this is the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. So leave a comment down below letting me know whose look you want me to recreate next. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really means so much to me. And I will see you next time then. Mwah.